Good day to us all. In this conversation, I want to talk about the definition, or I want to define stress. So, this conversation has two or three aims. First is that you're going to understand the subtle ways in which stress affects your life. That you understand the different variants, or the different ways, or the different types of stress. Then number two, you will know your unique stressors. That's those things that stresses you. Then thirdly, you will be guided on how to overcome those stressors. And set your life on a track where stress is not killing you. So first, I'll define stress from a scientific perspective. So please hang on with me. Now, I define stress as when your output exceeds your input. Now, what do I mean? Everybody has a limit to what you can do. That is, maybe you now watching this, you cannot run for 50 kilometers, but maybe you can jog for 1 or 2 or 3 kilometers, or you can jog for 15 minutes. Now, when you are good with jogging for 15 minutes, or doing the treadmill for 15 minutes or 10 minutes, that's your limit. You can do that comfortably without any pain or discomfort. But the moment you say, okay, today I'm going to do the treadmill for 35 minutes, stress will set into your body. Why? Because your output is now exceeding your input. And what is your input? Your input has to do with your mental attitude, the food you have eaten, the association the people you associate with. These are the input, because when you're with people that make you feel or make you know that you can do better, you will actually improve. But if you're with mediocres who do not think anything big, they will pull you down. So, your input is what you take in that enables you to bring out something. Now, we all have our limitations. Like for most of us, you can go to work in the morning by 6 or 7, and by 6 or 5 in the evening, you're already feeling so tired, you can't walk. Some people can't even do extra minutes. They have to go home, because if they are at that workplace, stress will set in, and once stress sets in, they may become very nasty people that you don't want to associate with them, or you don't want to deal with them. That is stress. When your output exceeds your input. Now, if I use another illustration, let's assume you have a child and you send that child on an errand. Now, the child's brain is not so developed. So if you give him a list of 15 things to buy and you give him the money, chances are the child will go there and buy only 2 or 3 and he has forgotten the rest. Why? You are expecting the child to give what he or she cannot give. But if you write your list on a piece of paper and say, take this, go and purchase this, that child will go and come back with what you want. So, I need us to get this. Stress is when your output, that's what you're expected to deliver, is more than what came into you, or what is impelling you to do what you have to do. Now, there are three unique or three basic kinds of stress. We have the physical stress, we have the chemical stress, and the second one is external chemical stress. Then the second chemical stress is internal chemical stress. Hang on with me, we'll get there. Now, when I say physical stress has to do with everything that is physical, everything that stresses your physical frame, your body, everything that stresses it. Everything that takes you to do more than you can actually do stresses your physical body. And when your physical body is tired, you have to rest. Now, that's for physical stress. You now have chemical stress. The first part of the chemical stress has to do with external chemicals. And what are those external chemicals? Today, our world is full of preserved foods. Every food that you eat that is preserved is loaded with chemicals, preservatives. Every industry have their own kind of preservatives. So every food you eat every preserved food you eat has a toxin. Secondly, there are certain foods that you are allergic to. You're not supposed to eat them. Because if you eat them, the resultant in your body, you will not like it. Because they're going to create some certain chemicals that are going to work against you. Now, we also talk about the things we rub on our skin. Now, anything you rub on your skin will definitely find their way into your organs and your blood. So that one they say, you should not take it, do not swallow, keep it out of reach of children. So you now think because I'm rubbing it on my skin, it won't get to my body. Whatever thing you rub on your skin finally gets to your organs. Now, sometimes we use creams, soaps, stuffs, perfumes. Some people spray perfume on their body. An average perfume contains over 200 chemicals. And if you're shown on the screen the names of those chemicals, sometimes some of the names of the chemicals alone sounds like an invocation from Harry Potter. That I believe that if some people are able to read or understand the effect of this ingredient that is used in producing this thing, they will not touch it. So, chemical stress are those things that come from the outside that will affect you negatively. Now, I'm not going to mention anything or any industry or whatever. Go online. The only thing that you need to do to distress yourself is for everything you want to eat, read the label, the ingredients. Go there and read it. Now, producers are so smart because regulation says you have to indicate what is there in the ingredients. Producers now write the ingredients, but it's so tiny that sometimes you need a magnifying glass to see what is there. So in this modern day, it's easier for us to do that because just use your phone, snap it, expand the picture, and you see what is there. Now, for every chemical you see, no matter how romantic they make it seem or, fine coat the name, go online, find out the adverse health implication of these chemicals. Because I strongly believe that if most of us understand the toxicity or the toxic nature of the chemicals we're rubbing on our skin, we will not rub them. We will not have anything to do with most of the items that we're using. Now, that's for the first part of chemical toxins. It comes from the outside. Now, you have a second chemical toxin. This comes from the inside. This comes from all your emotions, all your feelings, even your thoughts. Now, but before I get into this deeply, I would like to explain something. I would like to differentiate between feelings and emotion. Because it's a word that a lot of us use interchangeably, but they are not the same. What are your feelings and what are your emotions? First, I'll start with feelings. Your feelings are spontaneous reactions to events around your environment. Okay, let's take for instance, you have an annoying friend, relative or cousin or something. That person comes and the person is always pestering you or disturbing you, or maybe this person is just a complainant for the 4, 5, 6, 10 hours you stay together. He's always complaining about this, that. It gets on your nerve. But you just, sometimes the person will complain and you just laugh over it. Sometimes the person will complain and you'll be like, I beg, leave me. Now, you have different reactions to the same activity. Now, these reactions you have are dependent on maybe your inner state. On the days that you're angry, you say, before the person is able to, you say, no, 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 don't give me that. I don't need that crap now. I'm not in a good mood. Now, these things are your feelings. They are a spontaneous response. Emotions belong to another order of things. Emotions are things that you have analyzed. After analysis, you've now come to a conclusion, or you have judged. Let's take, for instance, that your same friend that comes to tell you BS about every other person or gossips about people. Now, maybe someday after your contemplation, or maybe someone came to you and told you, this your friend is a bad person. He doesn't have a good interest at heart. Look at what he said about you there. Look at. So you now sit down and think, means this girl, she carried me for mind. Okay, I know what to do. I will deal with her. Or I know what to do. So I will douse that her negativity. So now the next time you see this your friend, before she has the opportunity, or before he has the opportunity to tell you something that is on the negative side, it's either you lash out at him, but subsequently you behave according to a set principle. Maybe if you're the harsh type, it's fight. If you're the calm, collected kind of person, maybe anytime she wants to do that, you say stop it. Or later you find a way and say, I need you to stop this thing because it's affecting me or something, Now, if we look at these two crude examples critically, you'll find out that one is without judgment, that's your feeling. Then the next one is with judgment, that's your emotion. Now, how does emotion affect our body by stress or through stress? We have a lot of unresolved issues from our childhood, from our place of work, from our association, from where we school, from where we live, even with the people we're living with in the same house. These tiny, tiny, tiny events that sometimes we don't even know that we have assigned judgment to this thing that makes us behave in a particular way subsequently. All these things form an emotional energy within you. It's like a light orb. It's within you. And depending on how negative that thing is, it can sap you of your strength, your motivation, your will to live. And it can make you an invalid. Why? Because these emotions need to be tackled. They need to be visited. They need to be resolved. They need to be looked into. But you have not done the work of looking. So, emotions are very devastating. And this is an area of medicine that I would say in this part of the world, in Africa or in Nigeria here, a lot of medical practitioners have not looked into this emotional aspect of health. Because they're looking for pathogens and they believe you must be seeing what is causing that. If you're not seeing it, then it's fake. But the truth is, your emotions play a central role in your health. In traditional Chinese medicine, basically, emotions are seen as pointers to challenges which you need to manage. Or basically, the notion in traditional Chinese medicine is that your emotions are responsible for over 90% of your health challenges. This may not be true, it may be 70, maybe 60, maybe 50, but emotions play a central role in our health. Now, another question we may ask is, how does stress affect me when I do not think I am stressed up? For this, I'll answer it by saying that there are two kinds of personality. We have the type A and type B spectrum. Now, without any rocket science definition, type A is basically those people that are quick, they are workaholic, they work, they are busy, they are trying to do something, they are time conscious and all that. Type B, some of them are very lazy, banana kind of people. Don't hurry me, don't do this, don't do that. They take their time to do what they want to do. Jelly. Now, most of these people who prefer this gentleman kind of life, now you find that a lot of them prefer to work in a closed system, maybe a closed office or an office, or they like sedentary work. You go to work in the morning, and in the evening you close and go home. But these other people who are outwardly oriented, these guys can socialize. In fact, they don't like working in somewhere they will not be seeing people. For some people, they like to work in a place where they are moving from place to place. They are not when I say place to place, I'm not even talking about in the company they are working. They can go out, sometimes meet new people, do a lot of things. Now, if you are the kind of person who likes to stay alone, or who likes a small cluster of people that makes you feel safe, maybe by virtue of your job description or something, you're now placed in a position where you always have to go out, meet new faces, do things and all that. Stress will set in. And the same way, if you're the kind of person that likes to go out and somebody puts you in an office, you will get sick. Then secondly, if you're the kind of person that likes to walk, you like movement, you like doing things, then something happens. You're just alone, maybe in a house, you're doing your vacation or something. It won't take long, you will get sick. Why? Because your body is used to moving from pillar to post. And now you want to subject that body to sit down one place. So, stress can come in. Because in my work as a masseur, sometimes I get to massage people and I tell them, you're stressed up. And they'll be like, which kind of stress now? No. I've not been doing anything in the last 3 days, in the last 4 days. I slept well yesterday. How come my stress? You have been overworking yourself for the past 15 years, for the past 10 years, for the last 40 years. Do you think that even sleeping for 1 week will wipe away the challenges or the causes that absence has caused for 20, 30 years? No, it will not, because it cannot. So, you need to identify the kind of person you are, so that even if you're that kind of person that likes to go out, do things, if situation makes you find yourself in the house that you're not going out so much, find a way and start doing things in the house. If it's to rearrange, sweep, do some domestic chores, it will help you. It will help you. Okay? So, with this little introduction to stress, I believe that you have a clearer idea of what stress is. Now, when we talk about your proactive action, you don't have to wait for stress to drag you down before you take action. One, you can identify these things that are causing the stress. If it is physical, then you reduce it. I know some people do certain drugs or coffee because the belief is that coffee makes you alert, you will not be able to sleep and all that. Yes, that is true. Now, the problem of coffee and other stimulants is not in the stimulant itself, it's in how you use it. So, if you are the type that depends on stimulants, the point here is that you should not overdo it, because when you overdo it, you will cause health problems for yourself. Yes. So, we have gone round the 3 aspects of stress and 1 or 2 reasons or 1 or 2 ways through which you can distress yourself. Find out who you are and walk according to that path. If you're the type of person that likes meeting new people, then you know that when you're looking for a job, please look for a job where they will assign you to where you will be meeting new faces. Not where you sit down in the office and write from morning till evening. If you like to sit down in the office and write till morning or till whatever, you can do that. Get that kind of job. Because when you do that, you go a long way in healing your soul, your spirit, and your body. Because when your body is healed, you can function better as a person. Now, don't forget that we're living in a modern world where it is difficult for us not to be stressed. We're surrounded by stress all over. In everything we do, we're surrounded by stress. So, for me, your priority should be how to distress myself, how to reduce the stress in your life. There are methods for it. If you go online, you see a lot of self-help tips that will enable you break out of the circle. So, stress is a killer. If I tell you how subtle stress damages people, you will not believe it. Another funny thing is, from my work as a masseur, most times, if I go to massage people and I tell them, you need to distress yourself, sometimes they look at me and they wonder, is this guy okay? I'm having health issue and you're telling me stress that is causing it. How come? Okay, let me give you an illustration. You have where people have pains in their hands that they can't even lift their hand. They can't beat properly. Now, the conventional idea is to think that the village people gathered and did a meeting, then fired the arrow to you. That's what most people think. But the simple cause of that thing is stress. Both emotional, physical, and otherwise. Now, things like sciatic nerve pain, is all stress related as well. So, you need to understand stress. Do your own research about stress and soak yourself in the knowledge that you gain, because humanity today, we're like swimming in the ocean of stress. So, distress yourself. Let it be a daily practice. Let it be a daily routine. Find out what distresses you. If it's exercise, like for me, because I live a very active lifestyle, very active at work. I don't joke with my work, and I go to work and I do my things. Now, exercising in the morning is what gets me going. Without my morning exercises, maybe one day I would have dropped on the road. Dropped dead, I would have died. Do your exercises. What I normally advise is choose an exercise you like, an exercise you love, an exercise you can do, with that joy within you. For starters, please don't go and do 30 minutes exercise or 1 hour exercise in the name of that you want to become Hulk Hogan. No. Start your exercises little by little. If it's press up you want to do, start by doing 2, start by doing 3. You can even start by doing 1. But if you do 1, you allow 5 minutes or 2 minutes, you do another 1. You allow another 2 minutes, you do another 1. Before you do this for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you'll be able to do 2 or 3 at a sitting. Now, when you do 3, you can do another 3, that's 6. Gradually, you will grow. But when you've not done exercise for a long time, one day you just start and you want to do whatever, your body go hear am, because you will feel the pain that you invited. And this is where a lot of people quit. So that's why I advise, start with something simple. For me, I like push-ups. I love push-ups so much. So I do my morning routine. Sometimes I do 110, 120 or 130 press-ups. That's at 2 laps. What else? Yeah, I do my press-ups. I do sit-ups. And I do a few stretches on the days I have time. But the days I don't have time, I'm out of the house. So, if you can, start up an exercise. Even if it's just to raise your leg up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, do it every day. I recommend every day for now. Now, as a word of caution, if you have not jogged for a long time, please Don't go and want to jog for 100 kilometers on the day you're starting your jogging. No. Jog a little, then come back. And one thing about exercise is that you have to create a routine, create your timetable, because there are certain exercises that when you are doing them and you maybe unfortunately it happens that you miss your schedule 2 or 3 times, everything in your body will change. You will observe it even. Everything will change. Everything will take another turn. So understand the exercise you want to do and do it gently. Start gently, then grow in it. Now I can do up to 70 or 80 press-ups at a go, but I started with about 10. So find an exercise you love to do. If you cannot do any indoor exercise, get a bicycle. Ride your bicycle around town. You come back from work in the evening, just take a stroll. Move around with your bike, then come back. If it's 5 minutes, if it's 10 minutes, okay. The most important thing is that you have exercised. Okay? So, find your stressors and reduce your stressors. Then, go and read labels. When you read labels, I promise you, you will quit a lot of things that you're doing. Stress is the killer of our time, and it's your responsibility to take charge and restructure your life and distress your life. Okay? If you have any questions, you can leave in the comment section. Thank you.